This is Becoming the Burg, Stories That Shaped the Sunshine City, a project from I Love the Burg and the St. Petersburg Downtown Partnership.
Hi, I'm Monica Kile with I Love the Burg, and I'm standing in one of downtown St. Pete's beautiful waterfront parks. I'm here to answer the question that every St. Pete resident will have at some point during their lives here. What is up with the headless statue in Straub Park? Well, it turns out this headless statue is just the beginning of St. Pete's colorful history with public sculpture. We owe these statues, there's 5 of them here in this section of Straub Park, to a man named Perry Snell, the same guy who brought us the Snell Arcade, Snell Isle, as well as the neighborhoods of Mirror Lake and the Old Northeast. Snell was a man who wanted to bring art and beauty to everything he touched. So when he designed his crowning glory of Snell Isle, he decided to import dozens of Italian sculptures to line the neighborhood's public parks and streets. Snell eventually found a local contractor who, in addition to building homes, seawalls, and roadways, could make great imitations of European sculpture. And some of the statues we see today were most likely crafted by him. What Snell didn't anticipate was that not everyone had the same reverence for European art that he did. Vandals began terrorizing the statues on Snell Isle, while others were innocently damaged by errant motor cars or badly aimed golf balls. In an effort to protect the statues, Snell began moving them to various parks throughout the city. Some went to Mirror Lake, while others were moved here to Straub Park. In addition to Snell's contributions, St. Pete has an abundance of publicly accessible art, ranging from the whimsical to the historical. Some of it is commissioned by the city, like this piece called Face the Jury, which sits at the courthouse on Mirror Lake. It was created by an artist named Doug Kornfeld, who had recently served on a jury just before he received the commission to do this work. He modeled each of the 12 chairs on one of the jurors with which he served. It's meant to represent the diversity of a jury of your peers. The front chair that sits at the corner is meant to represent the person being judged. I'm standing in the Benoist Centennial Plaza on the approach to the St. Pete Pier, where the magnificent monument to the world's first airline stands. It's a 16,000-pound steel sculpture
Featuring pilot Tony Janis and his passenger, St. Pete Mayor Abram File,
who together pioneered commercial aviation from this very spot in 1914.
When you make a piece like that and it's in full scale, and you can see it in that space, it becomes tangible. So you get a much better sense of that experience. You can feel that environment and being in that place and imagine that plane flying. You know, you're looking up at it and you can see it flying over the bay. And that gives it a sense of reality, like this is where it happened, and it's on the location where the hangar is, and that makes it a real experience.
Other sculptures are privately funded and sit on private property, but are seen and interacted with by the public so often that we begin to think of them as ours. Like these guys, for instance. Who hasn't sat down to take a picture with the alligator lady? Sculptor Mike Elwell crafted these bronze animals to remind people not to take life too seriously. Some have hidden meanings, like this one called Money Talks, a flamboyant elephant with a dollar sign on his hat, a donkey walking stick, and roller skates with square wheels. It's a subtle commentary on the influence of money in political campaigns, reminding us that public art can make social commentary while still delighting passersby. Take Janet Eckelman's sculpture, The Bending Arc, the soaring, lighted aerial sculpture that hovers over the entrance to the St. Pete Pier. Inspired by historic postcards showing striped beach parasols on neighboring Spa Beach, the sculpture's name is a nod to the historic significance of the beach in St. Petersburg's local civil rights scene. The site of swim-ins, protests, and ultimately a Supreme Court case, Spa Beach inspired Eckelman to name the billowing sculpture The Bending Arc, in reference to the Martin Luther King quote, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." Some St. Pete sculptures are just about fun, though, like the delightful Birds on Beach, a family of bronze birds scattered throughout downtown. St. Pete visitors and residents can join in the fun of looking for the Warbleson family. St. Pete's public sculptures manage to combine art, whimsy, history, and even social justice in a way that's rarely achieved in such a public and delightful form. It's just one of the many reasons that I love the Burg. I'm Monica Kile. Thanks for joining us.